misuse of fertilizers coupled with fake fertilizers in the market has been a big threat to food security in the country.
Kitambo tulikuwa tunanunua tu mbolea. Our soils are acidic generally.
Africa is hugely lagging behind in terms of fertilizer use.
But in Vihiga County, one of the most densely populated counties in the country, things are changing.
Endelea vizuri, endelea kuenda juu.
They've found a way of tackling the problem.
Nilikuwa napata mahindi gunia 2, sasa napata gunia 6, gunia 8.
Many farmers are now steadily embracing soil testing in order to know which fertilizers are suitable for their soils.
Ile brand ilikuwa wanaita TailMade, ile ambayo tulirequest ilikuwa na 38% ya phosphorus.
And it was just a question of trying to shop out which is the best fertilizer that can meet our requirements here.
We will give you a glimpse into how that tailor-made fertilizer is blended in Mombasa before it is brought here. Welcome, I'm your host Alex Chamwada, and we begin with background information about Vihiga County on our fact sheet.
Vihiga County is one of the counties in the former Western Province of Kenya. It borders Kisumu County to the south, Siaya County to the west, Nandi County to the east, and Kakamega County to the north. Its headquarters is in Mbale town. Vihiga County has 5 constituencies, namely Emuhaya, Hamisi, Luanda, Vihiga, and Sabatia. According to the county statistics, the population currently stands at about 700,000, with half of the population aged below 15 years. The main towns in the county are Luanda, Chavakali, Maseno, Mudete, Mbale, Serem, Jeptulu, and Kilingili. Agriculture is the major economic activity in Vihiga, given the favorable climate in the county. The main food crops grown in Vihiga are maize, beans, sorghum, bananas, avocado, cassava, sweet potatoes, and French beans. On the other hand, the main cash crops in the county are coffee and tea. But despite the good performance in agriculture, the sector is facing challenges of continuous land subdivision, land tenure systems, environmental degradation, and reduced soil fertility resulting from poor agricultural practices. For the Chamwada report, I'm Michael Zimanji.
Endelea vizuri, endelea kuenda juu. Enda juu kidogo. Enda juu. Hapo.
It is the second planting season of the year in Vihiga County. Farmers are busy with the short rains around the corner. In Kidinye village, Vihiga constituency, we found extension workers educating farmers on the best planting methods. The farmers are working hard, but land for cultivation in Vihiga County is small, posing a big challenge to food production. Paul Mbuni is the county executive committee member in charge of agriculture, livestock, fisheries, and cooperatives.
It's considered one of the highest densely populated rural places in Kenya and even in Africa, possibly. So we have smallholder acreage, less than an acre per farm families. So that is the kind of land pressure we have in the Vihiga County.
It is because of that pressure on land that there is need for intensified farming supported by the best farming practices.
In Vihiga County requires around 700,000 packs of maize, that's per year, for a whole year. That is in the 90 kilo bag, 700,000 bags. But we produce between 350 and 400,000 bags per year. Initially, there was the regular use of the same fertilizer every year, and the DAPs and the TCN, DAP, TCN, every year now. And there was the acidification of the soil. The soil were becoming more acidic every year, so the yield declined for over a period of time.
It is against that background that the county government had to embark on an awareness campaign in order to reverse the worrying trend.
If you want to farm which we are saying is farming as a business. You must be ready to invest. Now, what investment are we exactly talking about? One, can you test your soils? The question will be, why am I testing my soils? You're testing your soils so that you're in a position to know what is lacking, so that it can be adjusted. And it will also guide you on what quantity of fertilizer to purchase so that you can make use of it. Then secondly, you still have to buy certified seed. You still have to buy inorganic fertilizer from the agrovets. And because our soils are acidic generally, you need to do composting so that you mix all these together so that you have better results.
The fertilizer uptake has been on 20%, but of late, through our extension methodologies, now the uptake is around 45% of the farmers are now utilizing the fertilizer. For an acre, we recommend 75 kg basal fertilizer, 75 kg top dressing fertilizer, which could be either urea or CAN.
The other challenge is that here, like in many other parts of the country, there has been the problem of adulterated or fake fertilizers in the market. In order to counter the fertilizer-related challenges, the county government decided to work with a fertilizer blending company for tailor-made fertilizer, which was used for the first time this year during the first planting season of the year.
We have done those researches, we have done the soil sampling and researches, and we have done, and we had the results. We have the results in my office, and it's just a question of trying to shop out which is the best fertilizer that can meet our requirements here. After analyzing the reports, the soil test reports, we came up and said, how can we get a fertilizer that will ensure that we will have low acidifying effect. Secondly, be able to unleash the micronutrients that are suppressed within our soils to be available to the plant for higher production. And then we actually went around and we felt that what ETG was providing fertilizer that was really meeting our needs.
Soil sampling and testing is currently happening, although the uptake is still very low. But we are trying to work with our partners closely. We have some partners who are subsidizing this activity so that you bring your one sample and it is done at a small fee of 300 shillings. So we are trying to rally our farmers to come together so that we carry out soil testing at an affordable price.
Kitambo tulikuwa tunanunua tu mbolea, saa hii tuko na mbolea original ile inaweza panda mahindi. Soil testing tumefundishwa, tunaweza pima mchanga ndio tujue mbolea gani unaweza tumia.
Na huwa sana kuna hizi major madini matatu. Kuna hiyo nitrogen, kuna phosphorus na potassium. Alafu kuna mengine ambayo wanaongezea kama magnesium na calcium. Sasa kwa mfano kama ile nyingine ambayo inatengenezwa, ile brand ilikuwa wanaita tailor-made, ile ambayo tulirequest ilikuwa na 38% ya phosphorus. Sasa hiyo ndio inafanya mmea, inasaidia madini ya phosphorus inafanya mmea unaota vizuri, mizizi inashika vizuri. Kama percentage mbolea ni ya top dress, kunyunyizia kama mmea umeota tayari, inaitwa top dressing. Sasa hiyo ndio utakuta mmea unahitaji sana madini ya aina ya nitrogen.
So how is the blending of the tailor-made fertilizer done? Our reporter Tony Sanya sought to find out.
There's no factory that manufactures fertilizer in Kenya. Most fertilizers that are used in the country are imported, but there's also fertilizer that is blended locally from imported fertilizers. Export Trading Company, also known as ETG, a Mombasa-based company that started its operations in Kenya in 2017, is one of the companies that sell blended fertilizers. One of its key destinations is Vihiga County, which has stepped up efforts to raise awareness on proper use of fertilizer.
These blends have been specifically designed for Kenyan soils. We hope that this will improve farmer yields because the fertilizer is a lot more scientifically adapted to the soils of Kenya. We've had experts from across the globe come to Kenya, do soil testing. We've talked with many farmers. We've got their requirements. As we know, the Kenyan soils are very acidic due to overuse of certain types of fertilizers.
A factor that has continued to pose a challenge to many farmers, hence continued low yields.
By bringing new technologies to Kenya, new fertilizer blends, increased productivity, we hope that we can give farmers the tools that can enable them to produce higher yields and reduce dependency on imported products. We believe that this is the future of fertilizers in Kenya and in Africa. Ultimately, Africa is hugely lagging behind in terms of fertilizer use compared to the rest of the world, and fertilizers are one key component of improving yields and improving food security.
There is also the challenge of fake fertilizers.
There is reports of unscrupulous manipulating of bags, but this is something that the government is tackling, and we hope that it will be solved as soon as possible.
But just what makes a good fertilizer?
To note here is that both DAP and urea in Afaka will be coated. DAP will be coated with a product called Avail. Also reduces volatilization in the case of phosphorus products. Then we have Agroten, which coats urea, which reduces volatilization in the case of urea. That means our products now, once they go to the market, yeah, they'll be suitable for the soils that are there.
And how is the blending done?
Once the product is loaded in the hoppers, we have to go to the PLC itself, the program itself, input the quantity we want from urea to all other products, including the liquids that are sprayed on these products. Once we input there, you just press a button, and then everything else is automated. Once you press the button, you see that they're all timed in seconds. First one is 0 seconds, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, all the way to the last one. Yeah. Once we fully loaded the machine, it can do 150 tons an hour.
Experts emphasize that soil testing is the first step to proper use of fertilizers, and the government, through its National Agriculture Acceleration Input Success Program, has undertaken various tests in all the counties.
Our products are now Kanonafaka, Hoti, Top, and S. Yeah? But if a farmer wants to come and give us, according to the soil analysis of his shamba or something, yeah, we can always work around. There's always a way we can create a formula that we can be able to use in the blending machine.
High fertilizer prices and inadequate supply have also been cited as some of the reasons that have seen many, especially small-scale farmers, fail to access the input.
Pricing is very reliant on international markets. A lot of the fertilizer and the products included in our blends are imported, so prices are generally globally determined. A very big influencer on the price of fertilizer is so prices are fluctuating daily, and so we have to incorporate that in our prices.
ETG has partnered with the government to offer the blended quality fertilizer at subsidized prices. So, blended miles and miles away, but making impact in Vihiga County, with farmers steadily embracing soil testing. For the Chamwada report, I'm Tony Sanya.
We take a short break. When we return, the impact of proper use of fertilizers in Vihiga County on food security. Welcome back. This show comes to you right from Vihiga County. We are in the farms to understand the impact of improved use of fertilizers on food security in the county. In Sirome village in Luanda sub-county, we found a happy group of farmers. They say they've seen a tremendous improvement in yields after using the fertilizer that was tailor-made for the soils in the county.
Mimi kwanza nalima shamba kiwango cha 3/4 an acre. Hiyo 3/4 an acre previously nilikuwa napata karibu gunia 6. Lakini raundi wakati nimelima, hata wenyewe mnaweza jionea, nimepata magunia karibu 14, hata kuna moja ile ya kuchoma kwa shamba. na ingine hapa ziko karibu gunia 12. Nikimaliza yote ingine niledispose nikatumia kidogo.
And all this transformation is not by accident.
Ni afisa wa kilimo alikuja katufundisha hizi mbinu mpya za kupanda, spacing na modern style ya kupanda. Ndio I think wakati tumeitumia imetusaidia sana kuimprove hii mazao yetu.
Currently, the services that we are basically offering to our farmers is provision of extension services. And remember, whatever service the government is giving is to the farmer, it is done for free. Remember, it is the government taking care of all the costs.
Here, it is now common to find farmers working in groups.
Katika grupu yetu, tunasaidiana kuvuni mbinu za kulima kilimo cha kisasa. Alafu tuko na table banking, tuko na merry-go-round kwa kikundi, alafu tunabadilishana mawazo. Wakati tunakaa kwa nyumba ya memba, kila memba anatoa shilingi 200. Hiyo inapewa memba ambaye amehost. Hiyo ndio merry-go-round. Alafu every month, ile meeting ya mwisho, tunakuwa na table banking. Watu wanatoa shares, minimum ni 50 shillings. Mtu anatoa kulingana na uwezo wako. Wakati tukitoa shares, pesa inawekwa pamoja, wenye walikuwa wamekopa wanarudisha, alafu pia tunakopa. Sasa unapata kama mtu wako hata na school fee, ama anataka kununua mbolea, ama ako na shughuli fulani yenye inahitaji pesa, anatumia hiyo pesa kwenda kulipa.
Elsewhere in Bumira village, Shamahoho ward in Jivoli sub-county, we meet Amos Simiu, a subsistence farmer. Amos takes us to his farm to show us the transformation on the farm.
Kitambo 2016 nilikuwa nikipanda napata gunia 6 kwa eka moja na robo. Kulingana tu na venye inaonyesha kwa sababu ni ile imeweka smart ni mnono, natumai tu nitapata site ya 24 bags.
For the this planting season that we have just finished, our yields have improved from the 6 bags per acre to some of farmers are actually recording up to 16 bags per acre. So already those are the indicators that this fertilizer has done extremely well for Vihiga County.
For comparison purposes, this is a farm where no fertilizer was used, and this is where there was proper application of fertilizer.
An acre, we are able to, the ordinary farmers, they have been getting 4 bags per acre. But with the use of the fertilizer now, we have now jumped from 4 bags per acre to 15 bags per acre on average. But farmers can also get even 20-25 bags per acre using the ETG fertilizer. So what we are projecting, if the uptake can increase to up to 60% utilization of ETG, the fertilizer, we can be somehow 50% food secure.
One of the challenges, however, is that the tailor-made fertilizer is not easily available.
Kupatikana kwake, though ilikuwa na tatizo kidogo, haipatikani vizuri. Hata tunaomba wenye kampuni watafute mbinu watuletee karibu juu ni mbolea mzuri. Juu hii tulipanda nayo tuliletewa na county. Wakati tuliletewa na county na ikakuwa kidogo, ikabidi nitafuta agriculture officer aenda ninunulie penye inapatikana. Nitaambia up to Majengo. Unaona. So na from Majengo to hapa ni distance. Kwa hivyo sisi tungeomba tu wanaweza tuletea hiyo mbolea karibu ili tu ikuwe accessible kwa haraka kuliko ku travel, so that watu wengi wataipenda na wataitumia sana.
The issues that we want the farmers to discard is the use of the local seeds, and then we are encouraging the farmers to also do crop rotation, because we have realized that continuous monocropping has resulted into the situation that we have right now, because the yields have really declined. But we are encouraging them, if they do crop rotation, they do land preparation in good time, they plant using the right spacing, the right fertilizer, we can now move ahead and get the right quantity of yields.
We have seen this difference. We are collecting the data at the moment, but most of the farmers where we have actually collected the data, we have seen a marked difference in terms of the yields. We're expecting an improvement in the yield to the tune of almost an improvement of over 30% of what was there.
That marks the end of our show. We are glad you spared time to watch the show. Remember, you can watch the online version of this program on our YouTube channel. Kindly subscribe to the channel if you've not done so, and turn the notification button on in order to be receiving our updates. Until next week when we bring you another informative show, I'm your host Alex Chamwada, and bye-bye from Vihiga County.